I'm Duane Roelfs of Servants United Parish. I will be leading daily devotions with you. The basis for these daily devotions is from Christ in Her Home, a daily devotional series. The Bible readings are from the Revised Standard Version. For Tuesday, February 15th, our reading comes from Ezra, the first chapter, verses 1 through 11. In the first year of King Cyrus of Persia, in order that the word of the Lord by the mouth of Jeremiah might be accomplished, the Lord stirred up the spirit of King Cyrus of Persia, so that he sent a herald throughout the kingdom, and also in a written edict declared, "Thus says King Cyrus of Persia, the Lord, the God of heaven, has given me all the kingdoms of the earth, and he has charged me to build him a house at Jerusalem in Judah. Any among those who are of his people, may their God be with them, are now permitted to go up to Jerusalem in Judah and rebuild the house of the Lord, the God of Israel. He is the God who is in Jerusalem, and let all survivors in whatever place they reside be assisted by the people of their place with silver and gold, with goods and with animals, besides freewill offerings for the house of God in Jerusalem. The hearts of the families of Judah and Benjamin and the priests and the Levites, everyone whose spirit God had stirred, got ready to go up and rebuild the house of the Lord in Jerusalem. All their neighbors aided them with silver, vessels with gold, with goods, with animals, and with valuable gifts. Besides all that was freely offered, King Cyrus himself brought out the vessels of the house of the Lord that Nebuchadnezzar had carried away from Jerusalem and placed in the house of his gods. King Cyrus of Persia had them released into the charge of Mithredath, the treasurer, who counted them out to Sheshbazzar, the prince of Judah. And this was the inventory: gold basins, 30. Silver basins, 1,000. Knives, 29. Gold bowls, 30. Other silver bowls, 410. Other vessels, 1,000. The total of the gold and silver vessels were 5,400. And all these Sheshbazzar brought up when the exiles were brought up from Babylon to Jerusalem. Going home. The familiarity of home can provide a sense of stability and security. It can be hard to be away from home under the best of circumstances. It is even more difficult to be away from home when it is not by choice. When the Babylonians destroyed Jerusalem, the temple built by King Solomon was ruined, and many of the Hebrew people were taken into exile. They were forced to leave home, but God did not leave them. God promises followed them, even into the most challenging time. God promises them one day they would return home. Today's passage is the beginning of the fulfillment of that promise, the beginning of their homegoing. It is a reminder that God keeps God's promises. This reminder is as true for us today as it was for God's people of old. Even amid our most trying times, God is with us. God promises to never leave us. God promises to bring hope out of despair, new life out of death, and to ultimately bring us home. Our prayer. Gracious God, fill us with trust in your presence and hope in your promises through Christ. Amen. Please join me in the Lord's Prayer. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.